Hey everyone, it's Gina with Purdue Extension, Floyd County, and last the last video, we talked about garden site selection because this is our second video in our beginning gardening web series. So this week we could kind of go a couple different ways. We could either do perk test, thinking about how quickly our soil drains to know if we're doing wet plants or plants that like it more dry. Or we could go with the soil testing to see about our pH levels, our phosphorus levels, and our potassium levels. For today's purposes and where I'm at, it's better if we do the soil testing because we can start to amend the soil now, and we can do the perk test in another video in a couple weeks. So to do a soil test, we're looking at an area. You kind of can see that I'm in a big area right now that we started to kill off the vegetation for the community garden. And I have no idea what the pH is like here or the nutrient level or anything. So this would be a great time to test the soil. And what you would do, let's say your plot is a 10 by 10 square foot area, you would pick 5 to 6 locations within that, maybe each corner, not exactly in the corners, a little closer in, and a couple in the center, and you would dig down 4 to 6 inches and get that soil. So what we're going to do is we're going to clear our spot off. You can see I've got a lot of grass material, dead grass and stuff. You don't want this in your soil sample because it is not going to do anything. So we've got to clear off our area here and make a nice clean spot to dig down. Now you can either use your shovel, you can use your trowel, or I do have soil probes in the office. So those would be a metal prod, so to speak, that you would stick down the ground, and it comes out and it brings a core of soil out. It doesn't matter which you use, just make sure it's not covered in rust or other soil that would taint your sample. And let me fix it here so you can kind of see. This soil is not super hard, but you can see our material here. We're gonna dig that down, and get a nice sample. Our sample needs to consist of a cup of soil total. So that could be, mixing it all together. It's called a composite. So you would do your 5 to 6 from different areas, making sure you have no plant material, no rocks, no sticks, nothing in it. And you're gonna mix that soil together in a plastic bucket. It could be a plastic bag, whatever you want, as long as it's not metal. If you're putting your sample in a metal container, it can taint your sample and make it not read the way it should. So once we collect our sample and we have about a cup of soil to be tested, make sure that soil is dry. So if you bring it to my office, which is the Purdue Extension office of Floyd County, and it's not dry enough for us to send, we'll let it sit on the counter for a couple of days and dry out, and then we ship it off to be tested. You can also ship it off to a soil testing lab of your choice. But your preference is going to always want to be that it's dried out, because if you send wet soil weighs more, and so it's going to cost you more in shipping. Tests usually run between $6 and $20 depending on what you're looking for. Lots of people ask me if we can't test for specific, or they think their soil is contaminated, I guess I should say. Unless we know what we're testing for, we don't usually test for contaminants. Those are very special tests that can get kind of pricey. If you're coming to my office, we're always going to see the pH, the phosphorus, potassium, calcium will be there, and a couple other things. But in a couple weeks, I'll do a soil test from here, and we will see what that test looks like, and I'll tell you how to read the soil test when you get it back. If you have questions, drop them in the comments below, and I'll answer them in a future video. Have a great day.